Welcome to In the Kitchen with Dominique. Today's show, I am so excited. If you notice, we are not in my kitchen. We are at Prima Materia wine tasting room in Temescal in Oakland. And I wanted to introduce you guys to the amazing winemaker, Pietro, who's here with me. He is the Prima Materia winemaker and just the one who is so amazing at his craft. He will tell you all about how he makes his wine, where the grapes come from in Lake County. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask him a couple of questions, and we're going to just kind of make this a casual situation where we are putting together a yummy pasta, pairing it with wine, and just answering some questions.
Fantastic.
Pietro, want to say hi to everyone?
Thank you, Dominique. Hello, everyone.
Okay. So first, what I wanted to ask him is to tell us about the wine. Tell us what we feel people need to hear about Prima Materia wine first.
Yeah, so Prima Materia, we're a very small vineyard and winery. We have 10 acres up in Lake County, just north of Napa. Quite a few different varietals, and we grow our own grapes, which is kind of unusual for a small winery. Lots of Italian things, so very food-friendly wines, great with pastas, braises, all sorts of flavorful food. And I think whites, reds, we can do some really fun stuff pairing with your great dishes.
Awesome. Where do the grapes come from?
So it's about 2 hours away. So if you drive through Napa Valley, once you get to the top of that, Lake County is just on the other side.
Perfect.
And it's high altitude volcanic area, great for some of these bigger, bolder reds.
Awesome. And what can you tell people about what is your go-to kind of process for when you are pairing wine with various types of cuisine?
Yeah, kind of depends on the food. Anytime you got tomato or braised meats, I'd go towards heavier reds. I think we're going to be doing a vegetarian pasta today.
Yes, we
and
are.
And then maybe a lighter, spicier red can work then. So I'm thinking about matching flavors that complement each other, but also, you know, how much acidity is in the dish, and if something is big, bold, and rich, you might want a little bit of dryness that some of the larger reds have. And white wines can be great too with a lot of things. So we've got a couple crisp whites and rosés as well that can go with either. I like them with salads and things like that. Okay. Summery, bright, friendly.
So while I'm getting my pasta pan or my saucepan ready, Pietro will tell us where the wine is crafted and where you can come to taste it in Oakland. How awesome is that?
Yeah.
So he'll talk, I will prep.
Nice. So we make the wine up by the vineyard, just right next door. But our tasting room, where we're filming today, is in Temescal, near 49th and Telegraph. And we are in the Temescal alleys, which is famous for ice cream, haircuts, plant shops, all sorts of small stores where the people make their own products just like we do. So we're happy to be part of the community up here in North Oakland. Ooh, that smells good.
Awesome. So I'm just getting my pan started with some shallots and fennel and about a whole bulb of garlic, maybe like 8 or 9 cloves. So we're just getting that started right now. And the reason why we chose pasta for today is I feel like pasta is the perfect blank canvas for creating meals, and I think there's nothing more either relaxing or fun about just making a good pasta dish and pairing it with wine and building the flavors and things like that. It just gives you a lot of options. So we have some garlic, shallots, and fennel that we are getting started in here. A lot of people aren't familiar with fennel, but it's like, to me, it tastes like an onion, a licorice, and a lemon kind of. They all had a baby, if that's possible. So we're just hitting it with some salt and pepper and a little bit of red pepper flakes for some heat. So we have that going. And I boiled some spaghetti already. And we put some pasta water aside, guys. How many times did I talk about pasta water? It's the glue for the pasta and the sauce that marries the situation. All right, so that's looking good. Getting some caramelization. And if you're like a lot of, people nowadays, one thing that I do, if you want to speedy up that process to sweat that onion out, add some salt in here. It draws out the water. Okay. And now we will add our sun-dried tomatoes. Okay, let's see if I could do this without dropping them. We did it.
Nice.
Okay. Some parsley got in there prematurely, but it's okay. So we're getting that going. And what's going to happen is that those sun-dried tomatoes are going to bleed out a little bit and give us a little bit of a color on our fennel and shallots. And it's good to season every stage. Sprinkle of salt, sprinkle of pepper. Okay. Okay, so I wanted to ask Pietro a question really quick. So as you see, we are adding the sun-dried tomatoes, the fennel, and the shallots and garlic and stuff. As far as your experience, he's a trained chef and has been chefing for how many years?
10.
That's a long time. So
enough to go into winemaking.
Yes, that's awesome. What would you say is your thinking as far as what would be best to deglaze this and to pair with it?
Yeah, deglazing with white wine is always a great way to go. It adds some acidity and a little bit of lift to the dish. With fennel, tomato, parsley, lemon, this is going to be a nice, very spring, like bright, flavor-forward thing. So as far as pairings go, I would either do, I think you could go rosé pretty happily, especially a nice, dry, bright one. We make a really fun white wine called Tokai Friulano, which is a little fuller bodied but still crisp.
Okay.
Get some of that fuller, richer kind of sense to it. Or even a light, spicy red like Sangiovese, peppery, bright. So if you want to go red, I think that's a good way to go.
Awesome.
So we don't want to eclipse the big flavors in there. We want to make sure the wine can stand up to it.
Okay.
But we also want to make sure the wine still is kind of on equal footing with it for a pairing.
So now we are going to deglaze the pan. And which one are we going to do?
Let's use the Tokai.
Awesome.
There you go. And when you put it in, you want to make sure your pan is good and hot so it burns off that alcohol.
And that happened quick. So we're just going to mix that a little bit. Turn the heat up just a tad bit. Okay. And then what I like to do is get some butter.
Yeah.
And mix that in there. What that's going to help is it's going to help the pasta, the sauce stick to the pasta.
Yeah. The butter is magic in pastas. You got to have a little bit in most types.
How often do you feel like you don't make meals that don't contain butter?
Oh, yeah. Not very often, actually.
It's kind of the glue.
I'm
right?
French trained, even though I love cooking Italian food, but even then, you always stick in a little bit of butter. It emulsifies things together, makes a nice creamy texture. It really is glue, especially with that little bit of starch from the pasta. That's how you get that creamy coating that really blends in with everything.
Yeah. I'm going to add a little bit of pasta water now. Okay. Get that mixed up. And then once that butter starts to melt all the way, I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of lemon, freshly squeezed lemon. Palm size up so that you can catch the seeds. We don't want people to choke on the seeds. Nice and al dente. Okay, so now we are about to marry the pasta sauce to the pasta. As you see right now, I pre-made the pasta a little earlier. That way it gives it time to stop cooking and to be, how do you say it?
Al dente.
Al dente.
Yeah. Don't overcook the pasta.
Don't do it.
It won't sauce right either if you overcook it.
Yeah. So we're gonna add this. Oh my God, you guys. That smells so good. Here I go. This is when you know, like, I get excited. I do this whisper thing. I'm like, oh my God. Why do I do that? All right, now we're gonna work our tongs. Actually, what's a little bit more butter?
Yeah, don't be afraid to add a little more butter.
Come on, guys. And then we're gonna get our tongs and mix it some more. Maybe a little bit more lemon. This is marrying perfectly, guys. And the thing about this one is this is good to eat warm or even room temperature or chilled a little bit. You know, get some arugula. Works good for winter, spring or fall.
Yeah, you can throw some bitter greens on top.
Yeah.
And you take the leftovers and add an egg in the morning if you're Italian.
Oh my God, that sounds awesome. That sounds good. Fried egg or?
Yeah, well, you know, spaghetti omelet is the breakfast of champions.
Yeah. All right, so now we are going to wish me luck. We're gonna plate this up. Okay, I think that's about as much.
You can do it. You can do it.
That will, let's see. And the reason why I like to pour it over, because sometimes a lot of sauce gets on the bottom of the pan. And so it's best to do it like that. Let's make this look pretty. So now we are rough chopping some parsley. We're gonna sprinkle that on top. You can also grate and shed some good Parmesan on top. Maybe you could grate it or do some shavings of it, whatever works for you. What do you think?
And cheese does a lot with wine pairings too. A nice salty, hard cheese. Then you can get into maybe a little bit of a heavier red if you're feeling that.
It's perfect.
If you add a little pancetta in there, same thing.
Yeah.
See, there are definitely options.
Kind of use that maybe as a base?
Yeah, I would take this whatever direction you want. You could even get crazy and do like a faux carbonara with it, with egg yolk. Just cream it up a little bit more. So, yeah.
That sounds good.
This is perfect.
I love it. All right, so now we are going to plate this up and taste it.
Nice.
Here. I'll make your plate first.
Got the twist and everything. Beautiful.
Extra parsley for you. And this one is mine. So you could try it first. And tell me what you think. Dun, dun, dun. The moment of truth.
Really nice, bright, fresh. Pasta's perfect, al dente. It's got that slightly firm center. You get the butter, tomato. Yeah, I'm really feeling white wine with this one. You got the bright parsley, the lemon, the fennel's cooked. And when you cook the fennel, it just mellows the flavor a little bit. So then you get this nice, like, textural thing with just a hint of the anise in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Friulano all day.
Nice.
You want to try a splash?
Yes.
All right.
Let's do it.
Go.
I'll have this one. Wait, which one is this one?
That's the same one.
Okay, so perfect.
Perfect.
Cheers.
Cheers, Dom.
We did it. What do we? I don't even know what to call this pasta. We'll figure it out later. It's our collaborative pasta with sun-dried tomatoes.
Fennel, tomato, temescal pasta.
Perfect. Fennel, tomato, temescal pasta. I love
Cheers.
it. Cheers. Thank you for watching, guys. And I'm so excited. Can't wait to show you guys more to come with this dynamic collaboration. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, In the Kitchen with Dominique. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram. If you are inspired by this or whatever other shows that you watch, don't forget to tag us, tag In the Kitchen with Dominique, and come to this tasting room. Can you tell us the address?
Yeah, 482 49th Street. And you can follow us on Instagram too at Prima Materia Wine.
Come get some wine.
Cheers.
Cheers.